weekend, we need to talk about the Sunday scores. Talk about who won, who lost NFL Week 1. And
We go
my
by
team, the Steelers,
we
won
go
in overtime.
we go we go game by game. See, San Francisco, Chicago. Did you see those highlights?
I mean, we saw all the highlights.
But do you
We
remember? Do you
got this.
remember it?
I don't really care about either team, so I don't
So
really pay
I mean,
attention.
that game was pretty good. I mean, they both had two. Either I think Justin Fields. I don't know if he's a first year player or I think he's a first year player, and the other one's a rookie. That was okay. That he played some good. He showed some good things.
I can't believe that the Saints beat the Falcons, man.
Hey man, shout out Jamarcus Russell, man. You know he got that thing. Was it Jamarcus Russell? No, Jameis Winston. I'm tripping. Jameis Winston.
How you gonna forget my
Because
boy
they both was
Winston?
bums.
You gotta go. Do the Winston celebration? That where he's eating his
Selling
hand.
crab legs.
Yeah, you gotta do the Winston.
Still some crab legs.
Shout out my Steelers for winning in
That
overtime.
was a crazy game.
And shout out the NFL officials for absolutely trying to help the Bengals and Joe Burrows in every way and shape and form win that game. They got about 2,000 penalties in that game, and even a blind man could see that those weren't the right calls. The Steelers fought against the refs the entire game, made Joe Burrows look like a bum, make him look like a D-leaguer, make it look like he should retire and never play football again. He made Baker Mayfield look like an all-star. So shout out Joe Burrows for being the bum that he is as a human being.
Also, moving next game, we got it was a draw, so we're not even gonna talk about this. Coach,
Texans suck. They're never going to be the same. The Colts suck. They ain't been the same
Since Peyton Manning left.
since Peyton left.
Then we got the next game. We got
We got the Baltimore Ravens.
versus the Jets. You know, I've been watching the Jets mini camp, and they have gave me such high hopes. And the fact that you lost to the Ravens and you only scored 9 points, you had all this high hope.
The Ravens aren't that
You
good.
scored 3 field goals.
Lamar Jackson is a bum. He's
What?
basically the new Tim Tebow.
Lamar Jackson's amazing.
Lamar Jackson is the new Tim Tebow. And Steve, if you're watching this, Lamar Jackson is a bum just like you. You're a bum as well.
Also, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Commanders. You know, y'all done took away their names, but somehow they still winning games.
But they still got their pride, and they got the win in week 1.
Horrible. You got the Dolphins magically beat the Patriots, but supposedly ever since Tom Brady left, the Patriots haven't beat the Dolphins. And Tua is 4-0 versus the Dolphins.
Hey, I think the Dolphins are going to surprise some people this year. They got a lot of people that put big money on the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl because they had really crazy odds. So if they actually do win, they will win a truckload of money. So
Sure.
shout out them for that. And then we got the Cleveland Browns versus the Panthers.
And we already know they just waiting for this whole penalty, this whole suspension to be over with Deshaun Watson, so they can give him the keys to the car.
Do you know who's taking Deshaun's
It's
place?
some rookie that don't even matter because they didn't even get Jimmy G from the 49ers, so they just got some da-da-da.
I don't remember highlights from this game. Did the was it?
There's a
did
lot
they,
of running, I think.
They relied on the running game.
There's a
Oh yeah,
lot
they
of-
have a good running
They have
back.
a very good running back.
What's his name?
I forgot. Hubs. Nick Hubs?
Chubbs.
It wasn't Chubbs. I don't think it was Chubbs. It was somebody else. The other one.
Comment below if you're a Brown fan.
We not Browns
And
fans.
we don't really
We
check
like real
them.
teams.
I like the Eagles.
Hurts, I still don't trust Hurts, but he did a good job. He beat the Lions, even though the Lions is trash. Moving on to the next game.
Wait, no. I used to, I actually become a little bit of an Eagles supporter because, they're in the same division as the Cowboys. So anyone that goes against the Cowboys is good in my book. Let's go Eagles.
And you got the next game. You got the Cardinals versus the Chiefs. Of course, the Chiefs beaten, and it goes to show you maybe they were right with the Cardinals. Maybe Kyler Murray needs to actually get paid and be
He's
forced to
too
read.
short to be good.
They said they put in the contract that he needs to study. And then they put in the contract he had to read when he did the contract
He's
extension.
not studying his place.
He's not reading. They put in the contract. Oh, you need to do it. You need to average at least 20 hours a week of studying plays. And everybody's like, "Well, how are you gonna count this?" And then the next couple of days later, they're like, "Oh, they changed his contract. They took it out." Like, no, they really meant that the first time around.
They wanted him to study.
You don't read playbooks, and it's like the people that ain't practicing. Like what's going on?
But shout out to the Giants.
No, oh yeah, that was the Giant game was crazy.
The no talent Giants one of my favorite teams beside the Steelers. I always rep the Steelers and the Giants.
Seth was happy.
I like that, Eli Manning was my favorite quarterback, besides Ben Roethlisberger and Brett Favre back in the day. And, always loved Odell and his dancing and, his crazy catches behind the head. And, even with his antics, he was always a joy to watch. But, I'm not really, Brandon Jacobs, I was a huge Brandon
Oh,
Jacobs
he was
fan.
nice. He was nice.
But, I still will root for him now, but they got the win and got the upset against the Titans.
Man, and speaking of upset, looks like for some strange reason y'all on David Cardi. I don't understand. When did y'all get on David Cardi? We've always known David Carr to be trash. Now everybody's like, "Oh, David Carr's like the next. He's gonna win." The Raiders, like it's the Raiders. Calm down. They 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 played the last time they were good was when they went to the Super Bowl and they played John Gruden in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And y'all over here like, "Oh my God!" Like, no, they're trash.
And then what do we got going on in Green Bay?
Oh, and
But Aaron Rodgers giving no discount double checks,
oh
looking like
Lord.
a bum. He needs to stay off the peyote.
Matter of fact, he needs some hallucinants. Whatever shrooms he was taking before, what
He
that
needs to get
Za,
back on him.
he needs to call that dealer up and get that Zaza because right now he is smoking that. He's smoking that Reggie Bush.
And then looks like we got America's
We might as
team.
well go to the next.
It looks like the bums of the week,
They
losing
lost.
19 to 3
You lost to a 55-year-old quarterback.
to a guy that should have retired 10 years ago. The Dallas Cowboys looks like they're already eliminated
Not
from the
only
NFL
did the
playoffs.
55-year-old guy beat you, he took away your quarterback.
And Dak Prescott was playing like a bum the whole game, so it's not like he was making much of a difference. And then he gets injured where it looks like he's going to miss probably like anywhere from like 40% to 50% of the entire season. The Cowboys ain't making the playoffs. I love how it goes from we're winning the Super Bowl till we're making the playoffs
Every
till
year.
we're in the hunt till next year. Next year's our year. Every year is
So
next year.
So right now, do you hear more people saying next year's our year, or do you still see people saying he's gonna come back and they're going all the way?
I don't see anything. The Cowboys fans are quiet. It is quiet as a church in here.
Only one I've seen actually still saying they're still gonna go all the way is Skip.
Yeah, Skip Bayless. But it was funny. I saw all these people post Cowboys stuff on
Uh-huh.
Instagram before the game, and I'm gonna put us back on screen. But I saw them post all this stuff before the game, and I ain't seen nothing since. I ain't seen nothing since the game they lost. I ain't seen nothing since Dak got hurt. I ain't seen nothing that he's gonna be out. That they ain't done nothing. But I know that my Steelers got 7 sacks, 4 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery. And actually, it shouldn't be. It should be 5 interceptions because one of them was an interception, but somehow it got counted as a fumble recovery with these new weirdo rules. But it was definitely 5 interceptions.
I mean, I don't. I still don't
The steel
understand.
curtain is back,
I don't
baby.
understand how you snuck in another Pittsburgh Steeler topic in this episode today.
I mean, the Steelers aren't supposed to be that good this year, but it's the first week we beat a really good team that a lot of people expected a lot from, and I just think it's hilarious that the Cowboys season is already over. So any season that the Cowboys don't do good is a good season for me in
Big
my
facts. I
books.
love it. I'm an Eagle fan. We was gonna beat y'all anyway, with or without Prescott. But it now definitely looks like I need Colin Kaepernick and AB.
I would pray for them to get Colin Kaepernick. That would be my dream. But speaking of dreams, we got to get